Somebody, right now, is betting on whether the next free throw goes in. Not the game, not the season, one free throw. 48% of American men between 18 and 49 have an account with an online sportsbook. Not have bet once, have an account. Nearly half. That is not a fringe habit. That is a default setting. So here's what I want to do. Show you what legalization actually did to people's money. Tell you where the panic about it is wrong. And then show you the finding almost nobody quotes, which is the one that should actually change how you think about it. Since the Supreme Court opened this up in 2018, researchers at the New York Fed tracked 80 million financial accounts across 1,690 counties. When a state legalizes, sportsbook spending goes up about tenfold. Average spend per person per quarter goes from $2.50 to $48.50. That is, the whole population, including everyone who never places a bet. Now, this is the part where most videos tell you a generation of young men is being destroyed. I read the papers. That's not what they say. Overall delinquency, people 90 days late on a car loan, a mortgage, a credit card, rises 0.3 percentage point after legalization, from a base of 10.7%. 0.3. That is real, and it is small. Most people who open one of these accounts are not being destroyed. They lose a bit of money and go to work on Monday. So, no, this is not a generation collapsing. Here is the one that changed how I think about it. A separate team looked at transaction data for 60 million people and asked a simple question. When someone bets $1, where does that dollar come from? Not from restaurants, not from other gambling, not from entertainment. It comes almost exactly 1 for 1 out of investing. $1 bet, just under $1 less invested. Net investment falls $53 a quarter, down about 14%. Sports betting doesn't compete with going out. It competes with your brokerage account. And if you're wondering what that looks like for someone who actually bets, it's about $180 a quarter, roughly $700 a year. That is not a catastrophic number. It is also almost exactly what the same person stopped investing. And the damage is not spread evenly. It lands almost entirely on people with no cushion. Households with low savings cut their net investing by 41%. Their credit card balances rise $368. Their available credit drops $316. Their overdrafts go up 24%. For people under 40, credit card delinquency rises about 1 percentage point and auto loan delinquency about 0.5 point. Same product. Two completely different outcomes, decided almost entirely by whether you had savings before you started. One more finding, and it is genuinely strange. If you live in a state where this is still illegal, but within 15 miles of a state where it isn't, you get about 14% of the effect anyway. People drive across the line, place the bet, and drive home. By 60 miles out, it disappears completely. The law stops at the border. The behavior doesn't. So the useful version isn't never bet, it's this. The money is not coming out of your fund budget. The data says it's coming out of the account that was supposed to compound. If you're going to do it, fund it from somewhere you can name. And if you can't afford to lose it twice, you're the household in the second half of that study. That's the whole thing. If you want a system that tracks what's actually going out instead of what feels like it is, I built the Tabletop Money Blueprint. Income, budget, debt, investing, in order. Linked below.